thank you, MB and DJ, for making the trip.
Good people.
MB is, he's like my brother. In fact, his dad calls me son number 2. And when we were kids, if we got into trouble, they called both of us number 2. But I'm here always. But my grandmother did used to refer to Mark as the little shit.
Yes. Heard that many times.
And yeah, it was very endearing. And so this is the moment that you've all waited for. It's nearly 40 years in the making. This is the reunion of the Bennett and Bordeaux Magic Show. So if you will join me, Mark.
Okay.
We started doing magic shows when we were 7 years old. It was called the Bennett and Bordeaux Magic Show. And then I became rather controlling. And
Hid behind the screen.
he would hide. And there was one show where, while we were getting ready, he was really being difficult. And so I punched him. And he refused to do the show. And so my grandmother was the mediator, and she said, "You two little shits, straighten up." That was her thing. Straighten up. And so we did the show, and it obviously led us to nowhere. To the backyard of the home in Alexandria. So you young people, realize that if you dedicate yourself to something for over 40 years, you too could be performing in the backyard of a home in Alexandria, Virginia. Okay. So every magic act these days, the way to really make it to the top is you have to have a death-defying magic trick. And this is actually Mark's favorite magic trick from when we were kids. He constantly refers to it still. And so we would like to perform for you the death-defying Hippity Hop Rabbits. Now, let me introduce you to the primary characters in the production. We have a black rabbit named Hip and a white rabbit named Hop.
Hold them up so we can see Hip and Hop.
Now, Hip and Hop do a little magic act where they trade places magically back and forth, but they do it in the dark, undercover, and so we're going to cover them with their hutches. And just to show you that the hutches are the same color on each side, we'll show you the back side. But now, as you can see, the black rabbit Hip has now become the white rabbit Hop.
Ooh.
Huh? See how this goes?
40 years.
Yeah.
40 years.
She's from PETA. PETA.
Some of you
Patrol would like
are obviously not impressed because you didn't applaud. So we're going to slow this down and we'll do it one more time. And just to show you that the hutches are the same color on each side, there you can see, and now you can see that they have now traded places back.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. We can do this all day until all of you applaud if that's
Okay, applaud!
Someone said turn them around.
Yeah.
Should we? You want to do it?
It's really not.
No? Oh, the other way.
No.
No. All right, well, this is where it gets really interesting. You ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
You thought they just turned. Okay, so
I'm retiring after that.
you're retiring?
He's going back into retirement. Yes, there will not be a reunion tour. Just for those of you that were wondering, this is a one-time only thing.
No way.
So from the very old, over 40 years ago, to the brand new, I wanted to try out something new for you, and this goes back to a tradition in my family, where I used to practice my magic tricks at the dinner table for my grandparents. And, you know, it's safe. And so, you know, you're not going to get embarrassed if you screw up, so bear with me, everybody, in case I screw up. But this is the first time I'm presenting this in public. It's a new sequence that I've developed, and I'd like to dedicate it to Jennifer. Because you have been an inspiration to me for almost 2 years. So it's built around the 3 basic effects of magic, the primary effects of magic: appearance, disappearance, and restoration. Those are the 3 things that magicians, that's kind of the core of what we do. We make things appear, we make things disappear, and we restore things. So first is appearance. You probably noticed my flower. It's a little bit of seed for appearance. Let's just get a petal here. There we go. And with a little flame. Yeah, that's appearance, baby.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, baby, it is.
So, that's appearance. And since this is dedicated to Jennifer, you know, honey, you have made so many things appear for me. So much joy and so much happiness. And so much beauty in you. And I'm ever grateful to you for that. So next is, ready? Disappearance.
Oh, it was an egg.
Okay.
I cheat a little on disappearance.
Oh, stop.
Protein. That's a Rocky move.
Rocky. when
That's what.
I perform this, like in a show, I will use the Rocky music. Now, the last, that's disappearance.
What are you talking about?
And so, when it comes to disappearance, one of the things that you have made disappear for me is a sense of feeling like I'm in this all alone. And you are a true partner to me.
That's
No.
Finally, with a piece of shell, which I got in my mouth also, we're going to try restoration. Shake it a little bit, just so there's nothing in my hands. Just got to kind of give it a little help.
It's going to be another egg. Stop.
Oh no. Wow.
Whoa.
What?
And that is restoration.
Whoa.
Now, when it comes to restoration, one of the most important things that Jennifer has done for me is restored a lot of hope and restored my relationship with God. And I am so grateful to you for that. And so this egg is actually for you, it's symbolic because it represents new life and new beginnings. And so, I would like to commit the rest of my life to you. I love you so much. You're my most precious treasure. You're my angel. I love you with all my heart. So I'm inside the egg. It's a ring.
Of course.
Oi, Mazel Tov!
Oh, you're a great keeper.
So are a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, we need some music or something.